My name's Martin Jean. I'm a resident of Miami Beach. I've been here for 5 years. I've moved from the north, and I'm a volunteer guide for the Miami Design Preservation League. The goal for the organization was really set by a woman whose name is Barbara Capitman back in the 1970s when the city was in trouble. She saw great value in the Art Deco buildings, and she also saw that there was a lot of a movement to tear these buildings down, and so she led the crusade in order to be able to revitalize and to be able to preserve the neighborhood. Vacationed here back in 2009 and was really struck by the area, the weather, the surroundings, and of course the architecture and the wonderful stories behind it. I myself took a tour here with the Preservation League and enjoyed it so much that I knew that it would be a goal of mine someday to also be a tour guide someday. We give tourists a good sense of what the history of Miami Beach is, who some of the key players were in the development of the area at the time, obviously the different forms of architecture that you can find here in the historic district, as well as some pop culture references and memorable happenings. The tour runs approximately 90 to 100 minutes in length, depending on the size of the group and how easy we're able to navigate the neighborhood. The most famous building and the one that people are most attracted to is Versace Mansion. It was his house and his sister sold it to a business group, and that didn't work out, but eventually it went to a company that's running it as a high-end hotel and restaurant today. One of the common movies that people ask about is where the filming of Scarface took, which we can direct them to.
Mira esa jeva, man. Look at those tits, man. She's begging for it.
What? You're fucking crazy, man. She's 103 years old.
Not that one, man. That one, dummy.
Which one? Which one?
The young one, man.
Come on.
The ass.
Move the fucking car.
Okay,
You're
okay.
the stop sign.
Man, we're just staying loose up here, okay? You gotta stay loose. You can't worry all the time. You're gonna have a fucking heart attack.
Just play it cool, you know? Miami Beach, man.
Miami Beach, man.
Miami Beach.
The birdcage was also filmed here. Back in 1959, Frank Sinatra starred in a movie called Hole in the Head.
What makes that little old ant think he'll move a big rubber plant? Anyone knows an ant can't move a rubber tree plant, but he's got high hopes. He's got high hopes. He's got high in the sky, apple pie.
Here in the neighborhood, also Something About Mary, starring Cameron Diaz, was filmed in the area as well. We actually receive tourists from all over the world, depending on the season that it is. In the summer, we're expecting a lot of Europeans who will be on vacation. They have large blocks of vacation time and they join us. But otherwise, during the rest of the year, vacationers, many of them from the north, trying to escape the dreadful winters that they're experiencing and coming down for warmth and relaxation. Many of the Art Deco buildings on Ocean Drive were built during the 1930s. Yeah, many people think that the pastel color palette on the buildings has been here since the buildings were erected, but that's not true. Originally, all the buildings were painted white because it helped to deflect the sun and make the buildings feeling cooler. White because it was inexpensive, and also white because it was considered to be a modern color at the time. But colors on the buildings here in the historic district really were ushered in the late 1980s and early 1990s, when they recognized that color on the buildings would bring out the architectural details and create a nice backdrop for Hollywood and modeling agencies to do business here, and in part help to put Miami Beach back on the map as part of the revitalization effort. I don't know that they forced it to become a nice neighborhood per se, but I do think that it was pivotal for some of the pioneers to invest in buildings here and to create venues where people could come and gather safely. And I think as that was recognized, other business owners followed suit and created a nice, robust strip that we're still enjoying today. It was a real troubled area, a lot of crime, and it was very unsafe to visit as well as to live here. two prominent streets for Art Deco buildings, particularly hotels, would include Ocean Drive as well as Collins Avenue. Then as you enter the interior of the island even further, you enter the residential areas that have a good number and variety of Art Deco buildings there as well. Yeah, we invite you to go ahead and visit our website at www.mdpl.org for a listing of all the tours that we offer and the times that they're offered as well. We're glad to have you join in and look forward to seeing you.